So the magic of 4 a.m. is that all the roads are clear, all doors are open. What would normally take an hour only takes 10 minutes. Unexpected downpour. It's not gonna slow us down though. Let me explain that a little bit better. Have you ever seen the movie Interstellar? Great movie, Christopher Nolan. It's about a group of intrepid explorers that have to leave Earth to save humanity. And what happens is they end up taking a wormhole and slingshotting out to like another part of the galaxy or universe or whatever. And as a result, they end up interacting with these different planets and eventually a different dimension where time works differently relative to what they're used to, relative to where they are.
Every hour we spend on that planet will be 7 years back on Earth.
And that's exactly what waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning and hitting the road is like. I mean, I'm 2.5 hours from home, what is essentially on an alien planet, enjoying a gorgeous, cold, rainy desert sunrise. You know, normally I'd be tucked in bed or whatever. So when you wake up this early, there's just nothing in the road. The roads are cleared, the lights are green, there's no emails to answer, there's no calls to answer. You just get a little more out of life, I think. So, I mean, there's our event horizon. Let's chase it. We're on some back roads I've never been on before, and figuring out which way to go. I think I know which way to go. I mean, now we have to, right? As someone who's had a couple legitimate near-death experiences, and as someone who's lost, I think, more than my fair share of friends at a young age, I really try not to take tomorrow for granted. I read something once that really stuck with me, and to paraphrase, essentially it said that the ticking second hand on a clock is Morse code for live. And I've always loved that. It might sound a little cheesy, but I've always really loved that because time is the most precious commodity that we have. It's the one thing that we can't get back. And that's why I think it's really important every once in a while forgo some sleep, wake up super early, and jump through the wormhole, right? And extend the time between those seconds relative to how we normally live. As an example, I'm in a natural hot spring that I've been meaning to check out for a few years now. I'm 5-6 hours from my house in a completely different state, and it's not even lunchtime yet.
Now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should be living just for days like these, or for the weekend, or whatever it is. We should be trying to make the most of our time, right? But the reality is that life takes maintenance. And so we've got to go grocery shopping, we've got to clean our clothes, we've got to make a living somehow.
And I'd argue that it's moments like these that also count as maintenance. So time travel, Morse code, maintenance. I'm probably getting a little bit heady, which I have a tendency to do, so I apologize for that. But what I'm trying to get at is perspective. So we are sitting inside one of 4 sun tunnels in the middle of the Great Basin Desert in Utah. It's an art installation that was put in the 70s by an artist named Nancy Holt. And the whole installation is designed to kind of be a time and a place. So the 4 pipes line up with the winter and summer solstice. The holes in the pipe line up with particular constellations. But the reason that we're here is twofold. One, this has also been on my list for a while, and I figure, hey, this would be a fun time to go and knock it out with you guys coming along. But 2 is also for perspective. So not only do the holes line up with constellations, but the artist also put the holes in as an intention to be able to bring the desert down to a more human perspective, right? The desert, especially out here, is massive and gorgeous. And these holes are kind of viewfinders that help you break the desert down into a little bit more of a consumable view for our human brains. Also, this is kind of a weird spot, and I figured this is the only place that my weird little space helmet was going to fit in. So this whole 4 a.m. interstellar foray is not what my day-to-day is made up of, but it is super important to my day-to-day because it gives me perspective. And I thought it might be kind of cool, not just to bring you guys along and show you the sights, but to put you in my head a little bit about what these moments are and why take time for them. My hope is that something in this video inspire you to chase your own event horizon. Look at that view though. Oh yeah, that's pretty good and deep there. Yeah, look at this. Headlights out. I'm gonna have to fix that. All right, guys, that's it for this one. End of the road. Since 4 a.m., we've done somewhere around 500 plus miles. We've hit 3 states. We hit the salt flats. We hit an unknown natural hot spring. We hit an unknown weird desert art spot, and we almost made it to the top of a mountain. And we still have 2 hours of daylight left. I'd say not too bad. Thanks for following along on this kind of weird 4 a.m. interstellar desert ramble. I'm a really big fan of perspective, and I'm a really big fan of understanding why I do the things I do. And so, you know, I worked a little bit of my own personal philosophy into this one. I'm a little nervous, to be honest, how you guys will like this. But, you know, whether you like it or don't, let me know down in the comments. Always open to constructive criticism. Hope you guys are all well. We'll catch you on the next one.